Hi everyone, Andy here, and welcome to the very first video for my YouTube channel. And I thought I'd start at the very beginning, which is the songwriting. And that's the part which just starts off this whole process. So we're going right from the beginning. There's no real right or wrong songwriting process. Some people just start with lyrics, some people start with chords. I find I write songs different ways. Sometimes I write lyrics, sometimes I write chords, or I've just got like a little hook idea. But this song that I'm going to be looking at, which is going to be the first single I'm going to release, which is a song called Flowers, it starts off with just like a little idea that I had in my head. It's kind of like a little bass line. So I was just walking around the house, kind of just doing stuff. And I just had this kind of bass line which went bong, 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 ba-da-ba-da-dum, bong, 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 bong. So I worked that out on the piano and found I had like an E, going to like a G sharp or A flat, G sharp probably, and then up to the A, so it's like a, and it had that little end run bit there. So that was kind of the initial sort of idea. I then sort of tried to work out the chords from that, so I kind of had the bass notes, and then sort of found these chords. So I sort of found like an E major, which is like a bum, bum, bum. The bass note kind of moved. I felt like the chord kind of stayed where it was, which kind of gives you a kind of like an E with a A flat bass, which is kind of like an E first inversion, and then went to bum, which is kind of like an A minor. So it's quite a weird mix of this, sort of going through sort of different keys, kind of mixes two keys together, because it's kind of in that sort of A minor-y kind of sound, but it's got that E major at the start, which kind of gave the song a bit of angst or kind of mystery, which was kind of what I really liked about it. And one of the cool things, by not sort of sat down playing the chords for this one, just by having that bass line, I wouldn't have really got to that A minor. I wouldn't have put that in. So then I had these two cool chords, and I love the kind of the minory feel rather than the majory feel. That minor kind of gave me that angsty kind of feel at the end. So yeah, so then I had this. I had the one of the biggest things I find for recording song ideas that I always use is my phone. So on the iPhone, there's like a little recording app which is standard. It comes with the phone. So whenever I come up with an idea, I just sing it into the phone, just so I can come back to it. Some people think I'm crazy sometimes because I'm just wandering around on the underground singing to myself, but at least it gets the idea down. So once I had the chords, I decided, or I needed to kind of sort of work on the melody. With melody, I kind of find, I just normally sing to the piano. So if I've kind of had a good day or a bad day or what's on my mind, I'll just kind of sing random lyrics, just sort of blur it all out and wait till I kind of find a little hook or something that sticks. I go, oh, that's kind of what the song is about. So with this one, I was just kind of dum, 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 dum. I was just kind of ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da. So that really nice kind of melody for the verse, which is so that was kind of the verse part, and I was kind of stuck in that bit for quite a long time. I was just, it sounded good, but I couldn't sort of feel it went anywhere. So I started trying to throw different ideas in, kind of get some melodies which kind of lifted. And the one that just landed was, I just went for this kind of like, but if I buy you flowers, and I was like, oh cool, if I buy you flowers. And that was it kind of, then the song kind of hit. So I was like, that was my hook. And it kind of had that really lovely lift that I kind of wanted to get. As soon as I had the kind of that nice lift of the melody and sort of the word flowers and the kind of the lyric, if I buy you flowers, I kind of started to work out what the song kind of was about. I've been recently chatting to a lot of friends. We were doing a gig together, and one of my friends was like, oh, you know, I've just come off Instagram. And I was like, oh, that's funny, I've come off Instagram too. And then my other friend was like, oh yeah, I have as well. And we were just saying, sort of chatting about it, and it's kind of, you end up sort of sat down flicking through reels, even at relationships, we're sort of saying, you know, before you just sort of come home and chat to each other, when, you know, now you just find yourself sort of sat with the TV on, flicking through things that you don't really need to look at. And influencers trying to sell you things, people trying to tell you things that are wrong with you. There's a lot of political stuff in that you just kind of want to sometimes distance yourself from. And then I thought, that's such a great idea for a song, because it kind of resonates to kind of so many people, because we're all trapped in the same thing together. And so I thought the idea of having, if I buy you flowers, you know, if you fall out with someone or something's gone wrong in a relationship, you know, so buying someone flowers is a really nice gesture, which is kind of quite an easy fix for the relationship. And the same thing is, if you just pull the power and we just turned off our mobile phones, we turned off the TV and just focus as humans talking to each other, then, you know, that might solve the problem. So kind of like, I sort of got that idea of the chorus being like, if I buy you flowers, everything will be okay. If we just pull the power, we'll take all this shit away and just make everything better. So from there, I can kind of start writing the verse lyrics, and I started singing. I started with some basic lyrics just as filler, and it was kind of more like, we used to talk like we were human, but now we just waste the hours away, stuck on our screens. And I was thinking, flicking through reels endlessly, which I then later changed to gorging on the algorithm feed. I'm wondering why our lives have gone astray. Then I had that, the influence a bit, so the influencers, sorry, sing it right. The influencers, medicators. Our perfect lives hungry for cure. I used to think nothing could break us, although today I'm not so sure. And yeah, a few of those lyrics at the time I just put in as fillers just to kind of keep the song moving. Often, you know, sort of once you've written the song, I keep coming back to it and going over the lyrics to try to perfect them. As I said before, other people start with the lyrics, so kind of they might sort of stick to the lyrics rather than sort of correct them. But I like to kind of keep chipping at it and kind of get the lyrics so they're all sounding perfect, but they don't start off perfect at all. So yeah, and then I had the chorus, which is like, but if I buy you flowers, will it make everything okay? So that's the chorus and the verse, and yeah, I'm going to put all the lyrics below, the final lyrics that I came up with, so you can have a look through them if you want to read them. If there's any questions you want to ask, just let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. In the next video, I'm going to look at taking it from this raw form and then recording the demo on my computer as to how I sort of layer different parts. If there is anything else you want to know about, just ask me. But apart from that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.